2-0 up and they threw it away 2-2. It's a good game. This is a good game. It's going to be points.
It is a good game. I mean, absolutely astonishing that Everton, it's comical because I'm a Liverpool fan, but they threw it away. Absolutely threw it away. Oh my God, it's shocking. You look at the form of Watford, though. Sure, okay, they lost against Villa, and you'd probably say a good result against Tottenham. It was a 0-0 draw at home. But you look at the kind of the last 5 games, they've won 3, drawn 1, lost 1. That's not bad, and that's obviously kind of the Nigel Pearson effect coming into play. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if we look at this head-to-head last season, Watford narrowly won this against Everton. I don't disagree that actually this is going to be a low-scoring affair. I do think it will be. And you know what? I'll actually put my money on Watford. I'll put my money on the Mandini. He scored at the weekend. I think he'll score again.
Troy to get it 1-0. Yeah, it's going to be a low scorer. I think you're right. I think the one thing with Watford is they do make chances, and Everton a little bit sloppy at the back. So I can see Watford winning it. I don't think it's a huge goal scoring game. No. I'm going to call out Delafeu because he's in my team and he looks like the most dangerous person that Watford have. If they do anything, it generally seems to come from him. Sarr is injured, he's out. And if you're looking from an Everton point, Calvert-Lewin, I want to call him out because he just keeps scoring at the moment. But also Digne keeps on getting the assists as well. So if I look at Digne's last sort of 2 games, he got 1 assist. His last 3, he's had 2 assists in 3. Not bad from him.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
They just don't keep the cleanies. But he'd had a 6-2-12. So maybe he's back in for. But Calvert-Lewin, the reason I was calling him out is he just keeps on scoring goals. He got 10 goals this season, but he's got no assists.
You're right, but the point is that sometimes I guess it does make you think, because you're thinking, okay, well, fine, he might not get you assists, but he's always going to get that goal.
Yeah.
So I can understand why managers get him in, knowing that fine, you're not going to get a well-rounded player, but week on week, more often than not, you're going to get points from him, at the very least 5-6 points.
So NVD, 4 games to go.
Yes.
Time is of the essence.
We've got
West Ham Brighton. Got a 1-9 this. I mean, West Ham lost 4-1. They've got Liverpool coming up. Then another game. They're going to be tired on this. Brighton need to win it.
Brighton have just shaded it in terms of form. Yeah, I think you're right. Even though it's at the London Stadium, great point that you made about they're going to be completely fatigued about that. Didn't play well against actually kind of West Brom at the weekend in the FA Cup.
They don't look like a good team, do they? I think Ricky Pellegrini's got to be worried. I think they are in danger. Agreed. They are literally.
They're in 17th place as opposed to
same amount of points as Bournemouth, who are in 18. It doesn't look good for West Ham.
It's difficult times, and they got your old boy Moyes.
He knows how to take people down. I'm telling you,
he really
took us right down.
Yeah, so I think I'm going for again. I think it'll be a cagey. I don't think it's going to be an out and out score fest. I think it'll be a 1-0. I really do.
Who too?
I'm going to go Brighton. Sorry, Pellers, but I'm going to go Brighton.
I'm 100% with you, mate. I can't see West Ham winning. They can't buy a win. I mean, Haller the Hammer just cannot hit the back of the net. He's good at hitting the goalkeeper. I think Morpay can score, so he's got that on his side. He has not scored for a while. He's not scored in the last sort of 8 weeks or 6 weeks. But before that, I mean, he got 7 for the season. And Haller the Hammer for the season, he's also sitting there on 6, so 1 behind it. But I think what Brighton actually have they
have a little bit more firepower, to be honest. If you think about it, right? You've got Morpay,
Trossard,
Gross, and you've got the Australian Aaron Mui, I think is how you pronounce it.
He looks pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. He's kind of got he's got quite a few goals this season, actually. He's got
he ruined Rico's clean sheet last week. I wasn't very happy about that.
That's right, yeah. He's
one thing that Pellers will be happy about, though, is Antonio returns.
That's right,
in the FA Cup.
He is a good player.
Could be the difference. So, that said, moving on. Good luck, Pellers. Hope your boys do it, but not seeing it. Man United, Wolves. I mean, I am not confident about this at all as a Manchester United fan. We did Wolves a few weeks back in the FA Cup, beat them 1-0. Lovely little chip from Mata over the keeper.
Yeah.
But in that game, Wolves had some very good chances, and Wolves are a good team. I mean, you saw it on the weekend at Liverpool.
I thought Wolves pushed us the hardest out of most of the teams that come to.
I thought you could actually lose it.
Yeah, I agree. I think they genuinely look solid. They're a good team. They're a real dodgy start to the season, but they're really coming to form. They've got players who have come into form. there's opportunities around the pitch. Traore, Jimenez, Jota, Moutinho. That's decent for a team of, I guess, kind of Wolves calibre, and no disrespect to them. And unfortunately, I think kind of Man United have been shaky, on and off, at home, and we saw that against Burnley. And
the thing is, United did come into this on the back of a 6-0 against Tranmere, but
there you go, mate.
We all know that was
flashing
a game it really was. And you know what, mate? I'm going to go against my own team. I think we're going to get a draw. I don't think we're going to win. I can't say we're going to lose. It doesn't come out of my mouth. But
I think most fixtures have actually ended in a draw, so it's not a bad shout.
It could be. It could even be 0-0. It could be 1-0, 0-0. But when I look at it, Man United's top two players, Rashford and Martial. Rashford's out.
Yep.
Wolves' top two players, Jimenez and Traore, combined 229 points from them two. From Manchester United, combined, not even 220 points. So even less than the two of them, and we've only got Martial in. It's going to be real tough for us to win this. I wouldn't be backing any of our players to get in your team. Wolves, if you've got Traore and Jimenez, I think, why not? Why not?
Putting him in the starting 11, yeah, definitely.
But I'm going to go 1-1 draw, and I'm going to say Traore will score, and I think from a United perspective, Matt's going to score again because he's got that thing against Wolves.
There you go, mate. Make sure you put him on. Make sure you put Traore in your team.
I'm going to sell everything I own, and I'm going to pile on, get myself down to Bet365. I'm going to get a flight over to England so I can put the bet on. Burnley versus Arsenal, mate, on the Sunday. We move into Sunday. 2 games here. Burnley on a bit of a form at the moment. Arsenal not too bad.
Not too bad, yeah. Just
2 with Chelsea and only 10 players.
Yeah, but you've got to think about it, right? Burnley won against Manchester United. Burnley won against Leicester, so coming off the 3 defeats and then 2 good wins. Arsenal are just so inconsistent, and they've just been
3 draws though.
3 draws, yeah.
They're looking they're looking hard to beat under Arteta, which is not bad. But I say looking hard to beat. Chelsea should have beaten them, but in the last 5 and the last 4, they've not been beaten. I think Arsenal will beat Burnley, but I do think it's going to be, like you say, going to be tough. Burnley have won the last 2. They're in their tails will be flying high.
Arsenal, obviously, you got that young kid, Martinelli, who looks absolutely
really
amazing.
Looks like a good player.
I mean, great. I mean, I can remember seeing him in that Carling Cup game that Liverpool played their kids and won. But he is one to watch. He really is an outstanding player. Great that he's kind of come into form. He's a real asset for Arsenal.
Do you think he'll play though with Aubameyang being back in the team?
Yeah, not sure. I think I think Arteta's always going to go safe, and he's probably going to play.
Yeah.
Aubameyang, and why not, right? He's a great goal scorer. I still think, personally, though, that this is going to be a draw. I think this is going to add to the 3 draws that Arsenal have already had.
Yeah.
I really do think, it's going to be a score draw, but I just can't see.
One thing I'll call out for Arsenal, and I do think it's worth getting some of their players in, I think Aubameyang could be worth a look right at this moment, in the fact that he's back after the 3-game ban.
Yeah.
If Martinelli plays, he's worth it. But it's more the fact that Arsenal have got that new manager syndrome still, not lost in the last 4.
True.
Burnley this week, okay, it's away at Burnley. We're saying it's tough because Burnley are on form. If Burnley weren't on form, you'd be looking at that as an easy-ish game.
Yeah.
They then have Newcastle the week after, and then after that they've got Everton, and both those are at home for Arsenal. So Arsenal got the next 3 games.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Definitely good shout for Aubameyang.
Yeah, and then final game then of the weekend, VD. Almost there, mate. Almost done it. It's a cracker. It's Spurs versus Manchester City. Spurs on a mini revival, or a Man City going to do them?
This is interesting, to be honest. I think you got to look at the form of Tottenham. They've got 1 win in 5. If you really think about it, 1 win in 5.
1 in 5
doesn't read well.
And that win was against Norwich.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. They only won by it was 2-1.
Yeah, Man City could absolutely destroy them.
It is true. Yeah. I mean, look, yes, it's at home, but I think Manchester City will win this one. I think I'm going for a 3-1. To be honest, I'm backing Aguero to score. He's going to continue that vein of form. I'm backing him with at least 2 goals. I reckon Mahrez will pop up with a goal and an assist as well. I think he'll play.
Well, yeah, he's 75% at the moment. He might not risk him.
He'll play.
I agree with you in the result. I think Man City will do it. I actually don't see Spurs scoring. I think Spurs are going to get done 3-0.
Wow.
I think De Bruyne, for me, he always brings it when he goes to London. He did it against Arsenal. He's going to do it against Spurs.
He loves the capital.
Just loves it. Yeah. I think he's going to bring it. And I can see De Bruyne doing it and Aguero. And the only thing I'd say is Jesus has actually played quite well in the last game there in the FA Cup. He scored 2 goals, I think. So I don't know which one you'd go with, but Aguero, if you've got him in your team, you're probably smiling. I won't be rushing out to get him.
No.
I think. But yeah, Man City to win. We're both saying that. And that's it, guys. That is the week, listeners. It wasn't quite one-liners or one sentences. We've gone into a bit of depth for you there, but you know where to go. You know who to be looking at. So that said, it's that time of the show. Captain Contenders. Ready. This is it, guys. The make or break. We all know that your captain will be the one thing that actually defines your game week. It can either be genius or leave you.
That's it. Make or break.
Down the bottom. So I'm going to start it off, NVD. I've had a message in from Captain Russ. Gave me a captain contender. He is going for Sergio Aguero.
Good shout.
Being a Spurs fan himself, he is completely unbacking his team. I'm not surprised. They're having an absolute shocker, aren't they? So he is saying that Aguero is going to do it, and we did call him out earlier, so I do think not a bad shout. But that's Captain Russ's. NVD, where are you looking for captain contender?
So I very much back the captain with Aguero. The only other place I'd go to is my beloved Liverpool, and I reckon Salah. We've spoken about him, with Mane being out. I think he'll do the business against West Ham, and I think he'll continue that against Southampton as well.
Yeah, I do like that shout. I think if he does the business against West Ham, I think we'll see a surge of people bringing him in. He's more attractive now because Mane is out.
Yeah.
So good shout indeed for captain contender. I think from my side, I'm going to say Pierre Aubameyang, because I don't think many people have got him after he got sent off, and he's back now and he's got something to prove. And Burnley aren't that good.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Burnley fans, you guys have had 2 great results, but I think the league position of 13th is probably where you should be.
Brutal.
I like Burnley. It's a great place. Never been, but I'll go to Arsenal to do it. Why not?
It is a good shout. You look at the amount of points he's got in, right? I mean, 14.1% are selected. I know a lot of people kind of transferred him out because of the suspension, but he's in amongst the points, 127 points in total. Before his suspension, 4 points, 2 points, 9.7 points.
Yeah, he scored half of Arsenal's goals this season.
And you were right to shout out as well. If you look at even his next 3 fixtures, right, Burnley, Newcastle, and Everton, as you called out earlier, if you haven't got him in your team, he's a good option for the next couple of games. Yeah, definitely.
If you try and get rid of Vardy, could well be. Take out Maddison, get a bit of money, get Fleck in, and then you've got money for Aubameyang and Salah for Mane. There you go. Season done. Gold. You're in, guys. You're in. You don't tell us, you don't ever get any tips from us. If you listen to the end, you'd have got it. With that all said, guys, we've unfortunately going to have to end this week on a bit of a sadder note. It's across the sporting world. You would have heard yesterday the sad news of Kobe Bryant. Excellent basketball player. Him and his poor daughter, reminiscent almost of what happened at Leicester. Our heartfelt condolences go out to that whole family.
Definitely, and even the others that were unfortunately involved in that tragic incident as well. But
forgotten.
You're absolutely right. I mean, yes, this is a football/soccer podcast, but an absolute great sporting icon. One of the greatest to play the game. Terrible, tragic news.
Absolutely. So there you go, guys. We do thank you all for listening. That was Game Week 25. We'll be back next week, hopefully with a bigger squad. But I hope you've had fun with me and NVD. I know I have. Well, hey.